The arts of the barter. When to barter, how does it work, and what's defined as actually working for free versus like exchanging value to really help one another. We had an interesting conversation yesterday that made me realize, I don't want to say it made me realize anything, but it was like a full circle moment. Yeah, so we were having a conversation yesterday pretty much about exchanging value when you're bartering or working with the team so that everything is like even, everything is like fair. And that conversation made me realize the amount of work that I actually did that I may have not gotten paid up front for, but then it sort of worked out down the line, like later in the end, right? And I kind of I know how the things that I've done have benefited me over the years. Like, let's say I'm working closely with somebody that's like trying to put me in the rooms with certain people in situations where I can win and flourish and strive and just opportunities where whether you get mentored by somebody or a wise man once told me, somebody that I know that's close to me and that's really helped me out in life. They said, and I even see this on Instagram reels as well, like find somebody that's doing what you want to do, exactly what you want to do, or somebody that has what you want and work for them for free. Or, some people will consider this as like an alternative to college. Like some people will say, oh, I wish I didn't go to college. I just wish I could have found a mentor to teach me everything they know.
Like an intern.
Exactly. Or no, not like like an intern. Like an intern, like that type of opportunity. Like
I think that depends on your why. I think you told me that you have to know everybody's why, right?
Exactly.
Going into the situation.
Exactly. That's like the most important part. And that's kind of like why, like, even our first meeting, I was just like, here's the vision board before we start on anything. Let's make sure we got our mutual goals. The next 30 seconds is audio from that first meeting. Okay, so he can have a little bit more time flexibility, right? He does do other side gigs on the side. So I'm trying to get it to a point where we only have to focus on the content for my clients and then the content for his content, doing what he wants to be doing every single day. That's the end goal for all of us. Like I wanted to get to a point where we're doing all this, but I have to know what we all want, and I have to have a clear vision of, all right, this guy said he wants this. Are we working towards that? Or because I don't want to make it all by myself. It's not going to work. It's not going to work if it's all, oh, here, guys, I got this to-do list and I need a bunch of stuff done. I need y'all to help me and sacrifice and prioritize this. Like, so with you, what should I add to this? So back in the past, I've had issues, or I don't even want to say I've had issues. It's just like maybe people have had issues with me. And then when I tell the story back to whoever's heard the story, it's just like they said, oh, the vision wasn't clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, like, I said it again. All right. So when it comes to the vision, like I try my best to be extremely clear on like what the goals are, not just for me, but for everybody. Because it's one thing when I'm trying to build something with people, no matter who it is, for them to feel like they're getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah. I want to talk about, because I'm big on observing. So from day one, the moment I met you guys, I observed. I just, try to get a feel of what the team is about and what everybody is in it for. Mm-hmm. I know my why. I know what I'm in it for, right? Mm-hmm. But I also know I'm not going to work for free either. Mm-hmm. But working for free is not like my mindset of it, because going into it, I'm looking at it as I do want to build a team with some cool guys like you guys, because I can see us being big in the future. That's my mindset, right? Mm-hmm. But just day one, just observing everything, it's interesting to see the team get built. Everybody has their own things going on, right? CVO, you have your things going on. I have my things going on. You do as well. Mm-hmm. But we did make an agreement to come here together. Why did we? It's my question for you guys. Why did we make an agreement to meet if it's once a week or twice out of the week.
Right. Like, in my opinion, I feel like the same way Elon Musk is trying to get everybody back in the office after COVID, like it's like there's something about the work environment,
Okay.
Like, and I have like another office
I agree.
downtown we can meet up too, like CVO, he has a warehouse where it was a group of entrepreneurs that had a central location where it was a mutual benefit. There's something about just the work environment and linking up. And I call it a mastermind.
Yeah.
Anytime like two minds are put together, at the end of the day, a lot can get accomplished,
But I think it's important that everybody have the mutual end goal. Even if it's not, if we're a team, you can do things on your own even afterwards. But if we all come together, we all have to have the common end goal for the team.
Exactly.
Now I have something to shine on that because
Yes.
I know how Ty said, two heads, go together and they collide, not collide, but come together and, are better than one. It's funny you mentioned my warehouse. My warehouse has a collective of 7 heads and we're failing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that comes from not having the same end goal, as you said, Talana, because we all had the actual idea to start something, to do something for a reason, and we didn't have the honestly end goal. So at that point, you have a whole bunch of identities coming together and then falling together at the same time. You know what I'm saying? When everything's not on point, because you got people thinking differently, taking things wrong ways, and just a whole bunch of other stuff, not communicating and just seeing where their real heads at. We had people not show real work and real drive to keep our space the way it was, to even invest in it. Some people think it wasn't their priority when it really is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now we're in the process of actually, moving the whole location, downsizing, and even downsizing the team just because one bad fruit, fuck up the whole tree. You know what I'm saying?
Did you, see the red flags in the beginning? Was there any?
Yeah, but they kind of get overturned because just how big the identity is of the person, because every one of us is an established identity in Chicago that makes impacts. You know what I'm saying? So the work ethic, on the in-house could be this, but shit, all of our names is bringing in this money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we kind of putting up with the stuff, and then not only on top of that, we're all busy individuals, so we kind of get so caught up in our own shit, we kind of don't have time to even really sit down or do this or that, even come together as a team. Like, we got people moving out of state, doing other shit, not really focused on what we got going on, not even keeping it clean, not even doing.
And how long were you guys in the
2
team?
years.
For 2 years. So you have experience with being in just multiple teams, right? This is not your first one, is it?
Yeah, no, I created like one as far as for myself, and it still didn't go good. But as far as with this team, this was like my main one. Okay. And like I said, it's kind of hard when you have 7 alphas.
Yeah.
7.
I can only imagine.
Like,
a lot of egos.
Like, everybody got millions of views. Everyone got artists they worked with. Everyone got a big name. Shit. Just us 7 could damn near blackball Chicago as far as this music, putting down like videos, because we produce most of the videos that's coming out of Chicago, so we can honestly stop all that. So it's kind of hard to shape a big team of 7 groups when everyone thinks they're the boss and alpha. It's, sometimes it does work when you have multiple CEOs thinking for the business, but sometimes it don't.
So going into a team, what would you do differently this time? Or what would you?
I like, as far as me, everyone has a role. You need to play that role. You need to understand that not everyone is built to be a boss. Not everyone is built to lead a whole pack and make sure everyone is straight. Not everyone is meant to keep that stress on their shoulders. So it's like, I feel like you need to find where you fit and lie, and understand that, work at that, strive at that, and if you grow or something else happens, that's going to come naturally. whatever happens after that. But as far as a team and there's a mutual goal, you understand that mutual goal, you need to do your job. Because at the end of the day, if you fail, then you're making everyone else fail. Just because you don't because you're not the boss. Right. You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
Do your job without somebody holding you accountable for doing your job.
You know what I'm saying?
Just do it.
So that's kind of how I would do it, and just just kind of like peep the work ethic, peep how how you move, how you talk, how you carry yourself, just the whole 9 yards. Because everything be going good, and then just fall, and then that's where you really see. You know what I'm saying? The real character of the person. Oh, we're falling. What are we going to do to make us back up? Yeah. Oh, you're not putting in work now. Oh, but you was here while we was up. You was here when we was getting money. Right. But now we losing, and you don't want to put ends in. You don't want to pay a little bit of rent, out of our pockets because we missing money for a little bit because of the month. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you start to see people like, oh, now I see your intentions. I see how you really feel. And those are real no-goes for me. But that at that point, that kind of, depends on the situation of the team, because you can only see that when you're falling. You're going to kind of only see people's intentions when you're falling.
But I guess, like you said, the end goal wasn't established then in the beginning.
We thought it was. I want to say we thought it was. We thought that we had an overall idea. Everything sounds good. Everything looks good on paper, but nothing's without action. You know what I'm saying? So we said so many things that we had wanted for it, and just never really established the end goal. Never really even put work towards that to keep what we need to do.
Can I ask you, when you said everything looks good on paper, could you recall actually writing down a common goal on paper?
Oh yeah. We had a whole board.
Oh snap! Oh, yeah. Similar to what I pulled up, like
just draw like a drawing board.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and you kind of like checked it off, or
not even more like check it off. More was like, this is what needs to be done, and it just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because everybody's doing their own thing.
Pretty much.
So I think there's two parts to that, where it's like everybody can say what the common goal is, but I think something that's got to be addressed up front is like, what is everybody's motive and what is everybody's situation? Like, so if B, it's like everybody's trying to get from A to B. B is like the goal, the destination, but everybody's A is not the same. So wherever they're starting from, that's definitely something to factor in the equation. It's like, okay, this person is trying to get from A to B. Why does he want to get to B? Because he's at A. So it's like we all at different chapters in our lives, in a sense, right? So when it comes to who's driving the ship, it's like you said, it was a situation with 5 different alphas, 5 different captains, right? That can have some equity, but that can also backfire in a sense. So it's like, when I tried to identify what everybody here strong suit was or is, that's what we want to sort of focus on, and we would assign tasks to that specific person based off of his strong suits or his or her strong suits to pretty much accomplish that common goal to get us all where we're trying to go. Like with me, I've said before, like the type of people I need around me are definitely people that can think for themselves before anything. So, because if I got to think for myself and the next person next to me, that sounds like a headache, doesn't it? I'm thinking for 2 people, 2 individuals. We're all grown in a sense, right? And then when it comes to accountability and holding each other accountable for mutual tasks that we both agreed would get done by a certain day, that's the difficult part. It's like, are we going to have that honest conversation and be fully transparent and hold each other accountable? Like, hey, we both said we wanted this done by this date. Or things can fall apart. And when things fall apart because of an honest conversation, then that's more so a sign that it wasn't even going to go far in the first place, right? But I think it's a beautiful thing when people can be extremely honest. So it's one thing to say, hey, we're going to keep it 100 with each other in the beginning. Everything's always looks good in the beginning because there's so much potential, nowhere to go but up. We all excited. And then like we'll experience true colors will show over time, over a long time or a short time. but we're all going to go off our previous experiences to look out for the red flags, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, we got the mutual goals. And then we all know what our strong suits are and what our tasks are for the group, for to benefit the group. What I think may have been cloudy was I laid out the business plan, and I can guarantee that it works in a sense, right?
Yeah, I don't think your plan had anything to do with it. I just think like the circumstances at the time has everything to do with it, because CBO's busy. He has things that he has to do. I have things that I have to do first, right? In order to not work for free. If we're going to talk about working for free.
Yeah. And it's that's the tricky part.
When
right
you
there.
think about prioritizing those things, you're like, I have to get this money because I have bills. I have to. Yeah. It's not even what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just think we have to structure things around that that's realistic for all of us.
Yeah. And I tried to do that before in the past. Like, it's like I struggle with like the whole if I gotta train you, I can't pay you type of thing. And it's just like, where's the situation? Because I could just recall many situations where like the company that last year I helped them make $100,000 and just clients, helping them close. Like, but I didn't start off, when I started off helping them, I wasn't making nothing. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to learn. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to learn the business so that I could use what I learned within their business and then make it work for myself. And then they just happened to bring in so many clients, it was enough to split. It was enough to split the income that was coming in for the business. So then I kind of waited my turn in a sense.
So you were a student first.
Yeah. I was a student first. I was like a mentee first. Like I just pull up and do what needs to be done type of thing. Mm-hmm. So a large part of it is like sacrifice. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, for sure.
Like what is everybody willing to sacrifice? Because if it feels, because it can get to a point where it's like, I know one thing for me, it's frustrating feeling like the smartest person in the room. It's like feeling, not saying I am or self-proclaiming to be or assuming that I am. But it's just like when it comes to, am I putting in effort? Like, am I putting the most effort into the same task? Like, let's say if we're at a video shoot, like a true story, like at a video shoot and I got like 4 grown adult people that are supposed to like help me on that shoot. Mm-hmm. Am I setting up every tripod? You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's multiple tripods. Am I the only person setting up all the tripods? Am I the only person like getting all the camera angles? And these are all other creative people that can help me too. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's like, okay, cool. I set that up. And then I'll set up the background. And then I'm just like, am I going to ask for help? Or am I going to wait? It's like, so he's.
At that point, I have a thing like, if you're a director, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take charge. A, set this up. A, do this, do that. If you're putting people on set and you're the main shooter, you need to take charge. That, you know what I'm saying? That don't show leadership. You know what I'm saying? That shows, you waiting for something to happen. Well, I'm gonna do it myself. Instead of, these people are here because of you. You're the bigger name. Correct. You're the person. It's happening because of you. So if they want to be a part of it, and then you go do that shit.
You probably have to create that emotion too, and then they just know afterwards, like, okay, well, this was going on, so I know I need to do this.
Yeah. But not even that. Like I said, I've been on big sets.
Yeah.
People are getting told what to do.
Right.
If you're not doing what you're told to do, you leave.
Yeah.
$25,000 being spent on a set, $30,000 being spent on a set. You sit on your ass, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, that's simple as that. Like, if you're on my set and it's like that, I'd tell them, hey, go set up that light. Hey, go pop that light outside.
Yeah.
Hey, go do that. Your work, because at the end of the day, you're a representation of me and my face and my brand. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but he's sounding like he's saying, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, if I have to tell you what you're supposed to be doing, why are you here?
I know, but that's the thing. But it's like, a large part of it is like let's say there's 4 people in the car. We're all trying to get to our destination. One person is obviously the driver. The next person is obviously the DJ. The next person is obviously the navigator. And the other person.
What day and age is this? I'm the
No,
DJ. If I'm behind the wheel, I'm God Almighty. You feel me? Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? What day and age is that? Like this is not freaking 19 something. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's the part of having a team, a beauty of having a team. You have people to do this and to do that versus being an alpha.
You want me texting while driving though? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
but that's the thing. Hey, hold on, texting while driving.
It's an analogy. Like, so I'm gonna be driving, and then I'm over here on SoundCloud or iTunes picking the song and navigating. Oh wait, switching from apps. Like,
why are you on? Wait, hold on. But why are you on your phone if everything's on your dash? Don't touch your phone. I can touch and drive at the same time. I got one eye. What's your excuse?
Hit the background again. But I'm just saying. That for an analogy, right? Where you can swap out the scenario. It's just like, it goes back to me saying, why do I have to think for that person, for them to take action, for them to help me with something that I thought they were there to do, in a sense? Like, you know, and like it was just a real life scenario where I'm bringing this up. It's like, I keep saying this like, I'm bringing this up because it's when I did instruct people. So when I did put my director hat on, right, I found out hours later, people felt like they were overworked and underpaid. And I was being bossy, and I was just like, what? Here's the thing. I'm always perceiving myself to be respectful, polite, assertive, but still like, hey, I'm always checking. I'm always saying, hey, you good? You good? You good? All right, cool. Like, let's get this done, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I assume the best of people. Like, for example, whenever I'm on a set, I'm always moving fast as if there's not enough time. Because in reality, there isn't. Like, I've learned that through experience. You're always gonna run out of sunlight. You're racing the sunlight. Because you would rather get a shoot done early and have more time, extra time after the shoot, then just take your time and pace yourself. Like, you can pace yourself, cool. You're not gonna trip over the wires and trip over things and forget to plug things in, forget to hit record if you pace it, right? But when you're a director, you got all of this stuff you gotta not forget. But you got other grown people that's supposed to be helping you. Like, so I'm thinking like divide the mental bandwidth between all of us so all of us could be the most efficient. But I got in a situation where it backfired, and it looked like when I put my director hat on, I'm like, this gotta be done, this gotta be done, this gotta be done, because it literally gotta get done. For example, I just been in countless situations where maybe from my experience with shooting content, I'm always expecting the cops to pull up. I'm always just like, hey, cops are on their way. It's become a default assumption. Like, hey, we got to get this done before you know,
cops come.
Either the cops come, or the sun goes down, or we run out of time, or that person got to leave because they didn't expect that. Literally, it's just something that we got to get it done sooner than later before somebody has to go. And I wasn't expecting that. I wanted to get this executed. And now we don't have enough time to do it because of something that's outside of my control. So whatever's in my control.
Look, this is where I see, like, you're a real creator. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking about that. That's your job to think about that. I think about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's our job to think about that. So it
costs to be the boss.
It does.
Like
it really does.
I gotta take on that burden.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have people there that don't understand that, or that think, oh, you're a bossy, or it was overwork because of that mentality, then they're not real creators. Kick them to the side. I don't care what they think of me. You like, not to be mean, but shit, if you're trying to be here to learn and you're seeing how I'm coming, and I'm a director, and shit needs to be done, and I'm in go mode. Maybe that's the reason why I am where I am today, and you're over here sitting trying to learn from me. You know what I'm saying? Not to be mean, but that's really how it is. Like, shit needs to be done at the end of the day. When someone's in go mode, I don't care if you're videography, artist, whatever, you are in go mode. And if you're successful or you're very talented or well known or whatever it is, and you're in go mode and there's someone under you, I want to pay attention to that person in go mode. What is he doing? He's a demon right now. Why is he a demon? What's making him better? What is he doing? Why? Not, oh shit, that's too much. Oh no.
Right,
but no, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I want. This is what I want.
That's kind of like why that's everybody why it has to be. You have to know their why.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if at the end of the day, that person you're training or that you want to be on your team or whatever it is, they feeling some type of way when you know that you're in go mode, giving you your 100%. Man, kick to the curb. Who's next? There's 7 billion people in the world. I'll go get a dude from the street and he'll probably be more appreciative than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people out here. Everyone wants to be a cameraman. Everyone wants to be a rapper. Everyone wants to be an actor. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be something. There's so many people in this world that want to be something. I'll go pick another one. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to force the hand. No, you don't. Because there's so many people in this world. Mm-hmm. Social media is a beautiful thing. I can go get someone from New York right now. Yeah. I can go Texas. I'll go look it up. And we be shooting next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people. Yeah. So it's all about finding the right ones that also got that same mentality, that really got a dream for this shit, that has a hunger for this shit, that's willing to die for this shit, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
And that takes time. I don't think that's something that happened overnight. You got to go through a few bad apples to get to the good apples. Right?
I just feel like I just be going through bad apples. But it's not even that. No, I'm not even going to say I be going through bad apples. It's like the people that I choose to work with, I will see their potential. I will see things in them they probably don't even see.
I learned that the hard way.
You're right. I can't even get
you know what I'm saying?
Like
that's like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fall in love with what really happens. Yes. You gotta fall in love with the result. What really get down to the nitty gritty, because man, like it's easy to sell a dream. Yeah. It's easy to sell. Oh, I see this in you, son. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy to look good too.
It's easy to do a lot of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to it, and it's like, it's time. It got to be time. You know what I'm saying?
And excuses are like, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, it's about the result, the end result at the end of the day. Like, I just got off the phone with these people. They're like, you know, funding related. It's like, man, the client is like, he's really impatient. He's just like, he just wants to get some sort of assurance and this. And I'm like, it's the timing. Half of this is all about timing when it comes to funding. What does your profile look like? Because the day they pull it, it's going to matter. It's a snapshot of your current report. So if we're waiting for something to update, it's about timing. So I was trying to coach them, like, at the end of the day, the end result is going to be the end result. We can't jeopardize or risk the end result. We got to deliver on the end result. So when I'm rushing people, left, right, do this, do that. Like, you know, at the end of the day, that end result.
Yeah.
The end result, I already knew what was up. I already knew, man, let's get this interview out the way before this person say they got to go because they real life busy. They real life got priorities. Yeah. That is not under my control. What I have under control is the little time that I have right now. I'm going to act like I'm running out. You know what I mean? Like an hourglass turned over. Boom, let's get it done. So we have extra time to chill afterwards if we need to do another take, if we need to ask more questions, stuff like that. You know,
but
at the end of the
like
day.
Today, it took us, a couple hours to even get started. We lost time. Yeah. And what about situations like that? That's out of our control.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. Things that are outside of our control, that leads me to my next point. Things that are outside of my control. People will look at me like the director. Oh, you're supposed to be the leader. And I'll get blamed for the things that are literally outside of my control.
I mean, you got to be
coulda
prepared
had
for that,
help
though.
with
Hold on.
it,
You got to be
but-
prepared for that. As the alpha male, as the leader, as the boss, you got to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare to take all that heat. If you're not
It's not
afraid
that
to be,
I'm not-
I'm saying that's what it is. That's what it comes with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you signed up for. You gave people, you know what I'm saying? You give people that notion that I'm the alpha male, I'm going to take care of it. You want to take care of you. That's you already, your word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Much people say, oh, let's put it on paper, let's make it a fit. No. Some people fit real shit. Word is bond, and think about words, but get motherfuckers killed too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna hold you accountable. So it's like you selling the dream, or you selling whatever you selling. You gotta deliver if you a boss, especially if you showing them that you a boss.
My only thing to that is like the dream only works if everybody works. The dream only works when everybody does their equal part. So it's like, I got this vision, even with our business plan. Everybody, like the very first thing I try to determine is availability. Our priorities, our problems, they're not going anywhere. Right? So the sacrifice we would have to make, it's like I'd be making a sacrifice, y'all would be making a sacrifice, but I'm at least ask up front, like, hey, are y'all able to make the sacrifice? I know I'm willing to. It's a good idea, but keep in mind, this is a joint effort. This is a mutual goals. This is not just about me. I'm bringing all these ideas to the table. This business plan is only going to work if we all literally agree to this and we actually keep our word. You know what I mean? So if we all agree, we all say yes to these days that we're gonna show up. We have to show up. If we don't show up, even if we don't show up like one day, if we say we're gonna show up 2 days and we don't show up one day, that means we're only 50% like efficient. We're only 50% efficient of what we actually said we're gonna do. And I have a plan that requires like 100% effort based off of the sacrifice we already committed to. So it's like we all got to make that equal sacrifice. And then it gets down to a point where, well, that sacrifice you're talking about, it's like like I said earlier, we're all at different starting points where it's going to cost. It's going to have some sort of cost to it that's sometimes going to be inconvenient. It's not going to be as easy for this person to call off of work or easy for this person to block off this date. That's why it's like the first thing I want to establish is what is realistic, because I've tried to do this in the past, build a team in the past where it's like, I thought they agreed to this, but you know, if they don't show up, what am I going to do? I got two options. I can yell, complain. I could have a long-winded conversation about how it is. I'm gonna discipline them. What the hell? We all grown.
Or outside of that, why don't you take into your self consideration? What am I doing wrong that's making them not show up? What, you know what I'm saying? Like that's also a thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree with that, because that's what my mentor told me. He was like, "Well, one, they didn't see the vision." I'm like, "They didn't see the I thought I explained it to them." Well,
I mean,
equity.
Like my thing is
getting
this,
out
like,
of it. So that's why I try to establish up front. What are they getting out of this that is so valuable to them? Because when I approach people, even how I speak, how I perceive I'm coming off is, I'm always looking for a win-win situation in every single conversation, not just situation. Literally every conversation, every interaction that I have with somebody, I don't care if I'm at the gas station. I might just smile at the cashier, so they might have a better day after interacting with me. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking, that's how I perceive myself. And then I will find out later, somebody may feel as if I wasn't being genuine. I was putting them on the back burner. I wasn't putting them as a priority. It was something where they weren't getting what they needed out of me. And I was told I need to work on just either communication or just setting the standards up front. But I'm like, I thought I was a good communicator.
Well,
so I need some feedback on that.
Say that just dealing with teams that I deal with now, I have to meet with them weekly, whether it's a phone call or something, just to catch up where we're at. What are we doing? What did we get done? What problems are we having? Because when I did not do that, I got a fucking roof falling from the ceiling. You know what I mean? So things like that, I have to make sure I have to follow up with them. That's just my duty, to make sure that things are getting done. Right? So I would say follow up, even if it's a conversation. Did we check this off the list? Like, even if it's a phone call CBO, or CBO call you like, hey, where we at with this? What we need to do to get this done, like today or tomorrow? Like, can you do it today? Can you do it tomorrow? It's just communicating throughout the week or month or whatever.
Yeah, I would even go as far as to having like a scheduled day strictly for communication. In a perfect world, right? Like I could afford to pay everybody enough to ignore everything else besides the goals of this team, right? Is that in everybody's best interest? Like, oh, I still like to do other stuff. Like, so it's like at the end of the day, like, what is the best way to go about it? It can't be strictly about money, like, and a paycheck. You know what I mean? We all have ways of. From what I found out about where money actually comes from and how easy they're printing it and how much of it is going like out to people with good credit, it's just like a money problem can be fixed simply. I would say easy because it's easy after the knowledge I've acquired. But what I would just say is it's like the money can't be the ultimate motive. It's really got to be the full vision to the point where it's
I mean, you got to think about it though. It goes hand in hand. Yeah. They tit for tat. There is no one greater than the other, because without money, I can't focus on no full vision, and without you know what I'm saying. Even without vision, we're not making money.
It's
this
reality.
and that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the whole thing. So, unfortunately, in a not perfect world, that's all that stuff is not happening, and people need what they need at the end of the day. You know the knowledge. Not everyone else knows the knowledge. So it's like. You want something done is like that. It's either you help us obtain that so it's not a problem, so everything can happen as it should be, or we're still sitting with our problems while you don't have the same problems, worried about different problems when we focused on the other problem and your problem at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm dealing with that. I'm going to address that in two parts. I'm dealing with a situation, right? Let's just say I realize like problems are not going away. I need help with my problems, right? That's why when I approached everybody who I approach, right, including you guys, I've sort of expressed this to. I know how to get somebody to where I'm at, right? I want to avoid using the word financially, but I want to strictly use the word.
No, use it. Finance. That's what it is.
Yeah, I want to because honestly, I'm not stressed about money, but I have my reasons why. It's like I am, but I'm not. I literally made a decision one day to stop worrying about money, and my life has been pretty smooth. Not everybody's going. I can't give that ability to any like other people. I can't tell them to do that. Hey, you know what my secret is? My secret sauce. One day, I just said, I didn't say fuck it, but I did a self-analysis and I realized like, well, that problem's not going away anytime soon. I just started to laugh at my problems, whether it's their financial issues, stuff I was having difficulty with, whether I got scammed a bunch of times, trusting the wrong people, wrong business. Like, this is pretty consistent. So what am I going to do? Tomorrow's not promised. Next week is not promised. I could literally die any day. So I'm going to start enjoying my life a little bit more and I'm going to stop worrying about. So one, I was less concerned with actually making money. That sort of, I've noticed a lot of progress in my entire life when I was like, all right, cool. Money's going to come eventually, however, cool. I got enough business credit to just
exactly what you just said, though. Yeah. I got enough business credit to do that.
I'm going to continue to the point where I know how to get somebody to where I'm at, where they're not even concerned with money, in the sense that you're trying to survive. You in the sense that, damn, I don't know where my next check is coming from, right? I can't give nobody. It's like imagine I have an epiphany or a realization, like all the money that's you're ever gonna touch is coming from the bank. I'm just cutting the middleman out. So it's like the money goes from the bank to the customers to you, and then you give it back to Uncle Sam. It's like customers are cool. I'm going straight to the bank. So I want to lead into the point I was trying to make. I can get somebody to where I'm at because I know how to get money from the bank. I can walk them through that because I can literally show them. It's not like I can showing them proof of cool. Anybody could like fake manipulate results, but I could literally perform something. What I can do for myself, I can do for somebody else, and I know exactly how much time it's going to take. I know it's not going to be an overnight thing. So it's like I know that is the value that I can provide to somebody because I know how wonderful it is for me. Now to get that accomplished for the next guy under me, it's like I know how to do it, but it's a two-way street.
What would you expect from that person?
I would expect from that person, right, to like execute on the things that they could do for themselves in a timely manner. So if I say, hey, this needs to get done ASAP, go get it done, right? By any means necessary. There's some people that's in my life that's really close to me. Till this day, they haven't sent out one dispute letter or whatever. They still haven't either created an LLC or they let their LLC expired. Or they only have one. To me, a personal opinion, if you don't got an LLC, at the bare minimum, I know there's different types of LLCs, EPS corporations, the 501c3s, any sort of entity. If you don't have an entity and you're living your whole entire life off of just your social security number, you are literally allergic to money. I can't relate. You are literally like repelling money away from you. Like just that alone. So when my homeboy, who I consider a brother, when we're having a conversation, I'm like, yo, so what's the status of your LLC? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really checked on it. Oh, did you open up a business bank account? I don't know. I haven't really checked on it. The stuff that I've told them to do time after time again, and they don't act on it, I'm just like, how can I help them? Because it's like, I know I'm heading to the top. I know what it's going to look like when I pull up in another car after another car after another car, when like I could, for as much money, whatever I decide to post online, I know what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look crazy, and then they're gonna wonder why I can't help them, why I can't either borrow them something. They're gonna wonder why, because it's not gonna make sense to them. It's gonna make sense to me because I know what's really going on, but it's not gonna make sense to them. I'm like, bro, I done told you.
Just have to take the necessary steps.
Dude, get this done. I don't care.
But my thing is that, like, move on to the next person. You told them, all right, they're not listening. Next person, the next person might listen.
They don't want it.
Oh yeah, I've done that. So it's like I really realize I can't force money in nobody's pocket. So I'm really over that. So the main point I was trying to make, I can, like, let's say a person's trying to get from A to B and I'm already at B, I can literally navigate them to get there. But there's certain things that's outside of my control. And it's certain things that the ball is in their court. Is like, yo, did you get that done? Because I'm ready to take step number 2. Second thing is, what sacrifices are they willing to make? Are they willing to make the same sacrifices that I was willing to make? Because we both have problems. We both have priorities. I just pick which problems I want to have. Problems are never going to go away. So it's like you got to decide, do you want to trade bank accounts? Do you want to trade problems? Because I just decided, literally recently, you know what? There's certain problems that I'm willing to deal with. I'm going to go, I don't really care the headaches that come with them. I care, but then I don't. I already know even if my life sucks, cool. I'm dealing with the situation. So when I'm having those conversations with people that are trying to get to where I'm at, I'm like, bro, it's going to require this. Sometimes you might have to work for free. That's what I did. Are you willing to do that? Well, no. So that was an interesting conversation we were even having yesterday. It was like you would be shocked. You would be shocked of how many things that I've done without even caring about getting paid for it, because I already know where the real money comes from. It comes from the bank.
Again, that's you. You keep talking for you. So when it comes to the next person, their money not coming from the bank. Their money is coming from the client. So
that's a choice, though.
It's
a choice.
Technically it is, but it's something that we have to do because it's what's needed. There's multiple things you could do. You motherfuckers scam, get your own job, work for somebody, credit, rob banks, whatever. There's multiple ways to get money. Sell drugs. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's so many.
It's a choice. Out of all those choices, you know what I've realized? What's more important, the most important thing is credit comes above before anything. Credit eliminates all of that shit. All of that shit becomes thrown out the window. It becomes irrelevant. When I'm telling you it's a choice, you know how Kanye says slavery was a choice type of shit? In 2023, these days, that's what I realized, but I can't, it don't matter if I talk for like 4 hours straight. I can't convince nobody until they do it for themselves. And I can show you how powerful your credit is. How just because you have an 800 score with the right profile, you can have a 5-minute credit score. You can have a 5-minute conversation and get $100,000 cash. So that whole like the same 100,000 that you would have to get 100 clients to pay you to pay you 100,000, but a 5-minute conversation literally got me $100,000 that I'm able to spend.
And not everyone knows that.
No. It's not. That's not the main point I'm trying to make.
So
the main point I'm trying to
point?
make is like when you say you have to service these clients. The whole point I was making the last 20 minutes was, well, fuck them clients. What does your credit look like? I would really say like your credit is your job. I've told this to everybody that's close to me in life. Like,
okay,
your
so
credit
I'm
is
sitting
the
at
most,
800, and why am I still having problems?
not the score, the profile.
My profile's fine. And so there's a couple of things still.
And you have an LLC.
And I have an LLC.
You have an LLC. You ready to go, but it's the little things. It's those little things too. It's the inquiries we said we're gonna get off. Those inquiries. We setting it up so it's not just a shotgun approach. It's a like when we hit the button on it, it's a flawless experience. Where it's like there's nothing holding us back. You know what I mean? We can set you up to max it out. We can grow little by little, get this funding here, and there. There's the best way to do it is strategically. The way I even do it is like I'm gonna make sure, but before I apply for anything, I make sure inquiries is low on all files. Before I even start, no matter how hungry, how impatient that I am, I'm gonna wait until them inquiries is low. Cool, whether they expire, if they just magically fall off because of a phone call, whatever I gotta do to get them inquiries low, I'm gonna make sure I don't do nothing until all the credit cards are paid down. Boom. So it's like...
But that's my thing. You want all the credit cards paid down. Need clients for that. Need money for that. Like, motherfuckers, well, you can't pay down your credit cards. Where the money at? I got an LLC. You know what I'm saying? You got LLC. Where the other money at? Where the $100,000 so I can pay off those cards?
You are making a good point. Mm-hmm. When I say fuck them clients, like, you need those clients to pay off your credit cards. You just validated a good point. So at the end of the day, I can only say fuck them clients like 50%, right? You keep them in the loop, but them clients is second priority to getting your credit in order as quickly as possible, as soon as possible, right? Because your credit...
Okay, but my thing is this. Cut up the clients out. You got cards you need paid off. Got no clients right now. Shit dead. No one buying nothing. No one paying for nothing. But you got an amazing credit score. Where the money at?
It all depends. At the end of the day, it depends on. It's not your score. It's like
Okay,
if
so
your credit cards are maxed out, if your personal credits are maxed out.
No, I'm talking about no personal credit maxed out at all. None of them. None. Zero.
Then you good to go for funding. There's nothing really holding it up. At the end of the day, the only thing that will hold it up from then is literally inquiries. Because I promise you, I got clients that had they got literally 780 and above. I promise you, with my own eyes. The banker called back and said, hey, you know they got 6 inquiries? Huh? 6 inquiries? So got to dot the T's, cross the I's, this and that, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I be overwhelmed. I be having a lot of clients I got to service, which got me to the conclusion I'm doing weekly calls with anybody that I'm helping funding-wise, coaching-wise. If they ain't not on that weekly call, if they can't sacrifice that, either Sunday night, Monday night, whatever day that I choose and say, hey, hop in the Facebook group. We doing this weekly call here this day. Bring all your questions so we can all be on the same page. We're going to have a Q&A. That's how it's got to be like, because I be all over the place. Now, like I said, there ain't nothing in your way if your personal credit is not maxed out other than inquiries. I kid you not. There's some YouTubers that act like inquiries don't matter. They matter. I can prove to you they matter. Utilization, I can prove to you. If you have more than 2, you know what I mean? You good. You got 3 more cards to go. Then you got to find out how to get back down to 2 or 1, whatever. So I'm real cautious with that, extremely cautious with that. You know what I mean? Before it's like I'm just even uncomfortable applying for anything if you got 5 inquiries, 4 inquiries, whatever. That's just from experience over time. Yeah. Does that sound crazy though? You guys can let me know if I'm like overthinking it.
No, it sounds realistic. I guess I'm just trying to like figure out, okay, he has clients and he's trying to get business funding, so which is a priority thing now at this point because he has to, service his clients now. So that's going to take away time for team meetups and things like that.
I would say, yeah. And I would say with us specifically.
Yeah, that's why I just want to get down to.
If I bring out a mutual goals list, right, and I say, hey, these are our mutual goals. If we can make the sacrifices to get this done by any means. It doesn't have to, you don't even have to edit it. If we even outsource it, as long as we get it done, I'm going to make sure we get to the bag on the business funding side.
But see, that's the thing. You want to outsource something, everyone needs to be paid. I can't feed no one a dream and pray they're gonna do something. Like I got 5 people right now that are ready to edit whatever I ask for, as long as they're getting paid.
Yeah. That's part that goes back to the sacrifices. It's like in my past, I'd have shot something for free. I kept the camera rolling for days, and I barely had time to edit the stuff. And I paid people to edit this stuff. They didn't give me impressive edits that met my standards to turn it into the client or to post it to public social media.
Well, that also happens.
I re-edited it, right? So it not only cost me money, it cost me time. And the people that weren't paying me, but they were pissed off that they didn't get what they were expecting out of a bartering situation, right? Whether I was bartering or I was trying to mentor or I was trying, this is over 4, this is a few different occasions. So
as far as that though, hold on. As far as that, one, if I'm shooting for them for free or whatever it is I'm bartering, I'm not going to feed it off to someone else. That's the dumbest thing you can do, because now you're putting your credit in someone else's hands, and that's what you did. You paid them. They didn't do it right. You didn't do enough research. You didn't pay them well enough, so they thought it was a big project, so they can put their all into it. Something wasn't there. But you know damn well for sure, if you just sat there and edited that shit, it'd have been right, because you know what you want. But just because it was so overwhelming, you had so much going on, shit, pop a Adderall, do what you need to, and edit that shit. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to do better work than you as far as what you're trying to do at the end of the day. Some people can get it like you. Some people can get it close. Then there are some people, very rarely, that can do it exactly like you. or better or up to par, where it is very minimal things that you can do. But at that point, that's where you got to figure out 100%. I'm not going to give no one a project, especially a bartering project, if I'm supposed to retain something from these people. I'm not putting no faith in no one's hands but mine and God's, because I know what's going to get done at the end of the day. If Grey Goose hit me up and said, hey, get this done, we're not going to pay you, but if it comes out good, we'll give you a contract, I'm going to do that whole thing by my damn self until I get that bag. Now, if I need to go, you know what I'm saying, spend a little money to go get this shit done here, there, woo, 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 I can, because I made sure that shit was right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's on you to get that stuff done. All projects need to be, if I'm shooting it, it's getting done by me. Most of it, or 90% of it, because I shot it and it's my job. If I shot for 100 days, that 100 days needs to be edited and it's going to get done, whether I was paid or not, because I said my word, I'm going to do that. I'm going to edit that.
Whether it was paid or not.
I'm going to do it, though. Not give it to someone else, not form a team, whatever. No, I'm going to do it because I know what needs to be done. Not sell it to a team saying, oh, I had to do this. I shot all this. I got all this stuff other shot I gotta work on. I gotta work on this because they're waiting on this and I shot it for free and it needs to be edited. Hopefully you edited it good enough so I can send it to them. And, you know, this is, hey, what me and my team did, but it was shot however long ago and it should have been done. And here it is, and hopefully you guys will pay us for some services. No. If I'd have went 7 days and shot something for a team, that should have been done 2 days after that 7 days. And then on to the next project. Not sitting, go shoot more, sitting, go shoot more, sitting, shoot. You'll never get anything done as a videographer. You're taking out too much.
But that takes time, and I think that's why you try to build a team, because you're
but
busy
you know what I'm saying?
with the credit and everything too. I'm saying
that does, but at the end of the day, you're, as a creative, not everyone is an astounding creative.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I can't give someone a camera and say, go shoot this. Some people you can, some people you can't. But when it's something that you know you're very professional at and you want to get done for a high-end client or someone that you looking to be a mentor of, or pretty much looking for validation or respect or the love and peace that you want from that person, I'm not giving no inch of shit to anyone else so they can ruin the opportunity that I've set in for myself. Now, once I lock it in and I establish something and I'm allowed to bring people in, then I will. Because then it's at my choice and my disposal.
When you say once you lock it in, what do you mean?
Okay, like I said, for Grey Goose tells me, shoot something. I did something for them in the Super Bowl, right? This is something I did. They told me to shoot 4 different things for the Super Bowl.
For free in the beginning.
No, this they paid me.
Oh.
But I did upfront, Grey Goose, multi-million dollar company. They pay me upfront. I don't take no. I'm saying this is business. Like you don't go into Gucci and say, hey, can I bring it and then pay for it later? Mm-hmm. No, all the videos, anything, all this is Gucci. All this Gucci, Louis Armani.
You up front because you're a referral. They know your work.
Yes, but because someone else paid me to shoot something for them.
Okay.
That end up having to have Grey Goose in it.
Gotcha.
And so you delivered. You just did an amazing job.
And I did it. That's what it did. Okay. And they were like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We want you.
We need more of that.
Yes.
We need more where that came from.
Yes. And I said, okay, let's do it. We're doing something for the Super Bowl. This was not last year. It was 2 years ago. We're doing something for the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. We have 4 locations of 4 different influencers in Chicago doing their Super Bowl drink. We need you to record them. It's going on our social media. We're doing a whole campaign. Bet. I got it. Did the whole thing myself. I didn't call no one. Didn't edit no one. Nothing. The whole thing my damn self.
So I'm going to pause you right there. You delivered on the first project that you were able to complete yourself so that you got locked in. Now you just secured the client, right? You just proven yourself that you can deliver. You know, you can prioritize them. Now, I'm gonna give you it's not a hypothetical situation. Mm-hmm. Let's say they literally booked you because whatever you shoot, you can edit the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say literally they gave you a bag, right? And they say, hey, we just gave you a bag for that first project because you delivered. There's literally 100 more projects. Literally, we're going to be literal. We got 100 more projects for you. We want you to get it done. We don't care how you get it done. We don't even know if you edited that. Your name is on it, your logo's on it. We want you to shoot, come out, capture this content for the next 100 days in a row. Please. What would you say to that? First, let's start off with what would you say to that? Would you accept that offer?
I want to know how much the money is first.
Let's say it's literally $1 million.
Yeah, easy. I'll do it. Get it done. I have every video shot done either the day or the day before. You know how many Adderalls I pop. You know how many. I don't sleep. If it needs to be done and that bag is there, I'll get it done. 100 days, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Just you, no team.
Just me, 100%. I could do. That's how strongly I am about my creativity, what I can do, how fast I can work.
Okay.
Like,
but if they actually, but it's not the recaps.
It don't matter. It don't matter
what type of project.
It don't matter what the
if
hell
you can
it
get
is.
it done. So a 20-minute documentary, you can get that done. So you're saying here's what you're saying. Here's what you're saying. You could drive 40 minutes to the whatever location they gave you. Maybe you had to hop on a flight. I'm saying literally 100 days in a row. You got off the plane, you hop in the Uber, and then you pull out your laptop out there. No, it's time to shoot at 10 a.m. Boom, you're shooting till 6 p.m., right? And then you're going to get back to your hotel at 7 p.m. You're going to edit, and the next shoot is at 10 a.m. again, next day.
Yeah, I've had projects like that before and got the shit done. It's not hard, bro. I'm a creative. I could edit a whole 20-minute documentary if I'm getting paid for it and I'm motivated for it, probably in about 4 hours.
That's impressive. But I'll tell you something that leads to burnout. Because
Hey,
what
but
happens?
that's the thing. Hold on.
What happened?
I'm not afraid of burnout, and I don't care for burnout. Like I said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. What's up? I mean, I don't
It's
give
your
a
second time saying that today.
Yeah, I would sleep
I
when
would
I'm
just
dead.
say-
I don't
I
care.
would say
There
I
is no
respect you.
burnout.
Hey.
A burnout is your own mentality. I don't
That
burn
tells you
out.
you're tired.
Exactly. I don't burn out.
Okay,
I'll
so
stay up 20. I've stayed up 72, 48 hours before on straight willpower. You know what I'm saying? No one could tell me something I can't do because I'm gonna prove you wrong, and then I want to slap you in the face after. Real shit. Because it's like you don't know me. You don't know the line that's in me. You don't know what drives me.
Right.
You don't know how hungry I am, how much I'm willing to die for this shit.
That'll drive a person for
So
sure.
you realize what you're saying is like you started something, right? But you are the business. Like you didn't create a business, you are the business. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize is like you're in the mentality right now is like fuck outsourcing. But everything online, all the people that I follow, the mentors, they got employees. They got people that help them because they can't wear every hat.
Yeah. And I have tried to get employees. And again, it's a different field when it comes. You can go get those little mentors, credit mentors, and put a camera in their hands. You're not going to get the same shit I'm going to get. It's a different world when it comes to creativity and a creator. You know what I'm saying? You can teach someone books and words and this and that. But to be a creative, to know the science behind the camera, the science behind the shots.
Can you teach somebody that?
Yeah, I can. I actually taught someone. And they actually shoot almost just like me. It's kind of scary. But my thing is this. But now I could teach someone some sauce, but I can't shape their actual mental state. I can't shape their heart, their drive. You know what I'm saying? Like this person that I first mentored, really, like I could pull up a video, my video at the time, and then his videos at the time.
Right.
They look fucking exactly the same. It's ridiculous. It's because I gave them that sauce. You know what I'm saying? I like helping creatives out, especially if you want your shit to look good. I'm gonna tell you, hey, well, that's how I make my mind look good. You know, this is all I know. So, with that being said, he's shooting videos, he's doing his thing, but his drive wasn't there, his work ethic wasn't there, he wasn't getting shit done. He was kind of doing it more to get paid than it be like having real love for the shit, because I had real love as a cameraman because I was a sophomore in high school working with a camera. I wasn't getting paid. I was a sophomore. I was doing all that stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? And then I build myself and develop myself and seen everything that comes with this industry, from rappers, from weddings, from this, commercials, this, that, and the third. I seen it all. So now there's a tag on that price. It's a tag from my creativity because of what I done and what I did. And my point is with this is that he didn't have that same drive. He didn't have that same mentality. So I could send him to go shoot something, but I promise you he wasn't going to deliver on time, or his attitude sucked, or he got to the shoot and he was weird. It wasn't a people person. Sometimes, I got people like, man.
I feel like he wasn't motivated to get to your level.
I can't think for other people, unfortunately.
Did he
feel overpaid and underworked, or like what?
No, he was paid.
Or was he overworked and underpaid? Like
neither. He was paid very well for very small projects. It was just he was getting paid very good, and then stopped caring because he was getting paid.
Damn.
In the beginning, did he come to you and say, I want to make money or I want to learn?
No, he said he wanted to say, I want to learn how to do this stuff. I want to be a cameraman. I really want to shoot. I want to learn, how everyone else comes.
Do you know what his end goal was? Where his destination was? Like,
just to be a videographer, to shoot, videos on his own.
Do you know what his why was? Was he trying to like get rich, or just in the meantime while he's trying to graduate college? Like, what was his why, his motivation? I'm really curious. Like,
probably just be in the industry or something. I don't know. I don't.
Because some people, man,
I don't know. Again, I don't know. Some people will tell you something and they'll shape it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like they go say something and then at the end they'll come out differently, whatever it is.
Right.
But from what he showed me is that he fucked with my work. He wanted to be a camera. He wanted to start doing videos. He wanted to start taking pictures, and then he really liked capturing stuff. And he liked music. He wanted to shoot music videos. He had some artists that he messed with, some of his friends. He doing music for them, doing his thing. With me, again, when the CBO's attached to it, it's money. So every time he popped out, because he was my B shooter. You have an A shooter and B shooter. Ain't no free
glass.
You getting paid. So he getting $400, $500. I'm talking like this. I'm talking, but videos is busting. I'm talking 4 or 5 videos a week at $500, $400. Easy. And just messing up the name, messing up the brand, not delivering.
Let me ask you this. Where did you envision his position being in your business? Was he always going to be? He was going to be my second shooter.
No, he was. He was going to be my second shooter. When someone doesn't have the budget for it, if someone doesn't have the budget, they don't have the budget for me. You still can get a CVO visual. Still make sure it's glass coming from us at a smaller price, but you're getting it from him, and I'm still getting paid off it.
And that builds your company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Overall, that builds your business, right? Because let's say your $1 million client sent you to 2 locations at once. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm going to have my other...
That's building a business. And then what's he going to do? Train other people under him, right? Eventually.
In a perfect world. But in a perfect world, they have to be approved by me.
Exactly, because that has to happen. It's a chain of command. But it's like, how do you grow your business? Because keep in mind, we all know the rich dad 4-quadrant thing, right? That's the discrepancy. It's like there's business owner and there is self-employed. When you're self-employed, you are the business. So if you broke your leg and you're in the hospital, the money completely stops. Who is your chief operating officer to keep stuff going? You can pop an Adderall, but your leg is broke. Like you can edit from there, but who are you sending out to shoot? That's what
with that. Like it's hard to find someone like that. It's hard to find someone that got enough money to pay for the camera that you have, to match the quality, to match the lenses, that has the actual tools to do the things, that knows the science behind the camera, how to shoot 4K slow motion, that knows the rule of thirds, that know how to read the histogram, that knows will make sure that aperture and ISO is where it needs to be so there's not a lot of grain.
We on the same page.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
difficult.
It's very hard to find someone like that. So me as a creative, I can see it. If I look at your videos, I already know what type of time you on. One video, that's all I need. One video, one picture. I know what type of time you on. I know what damn near what camera you're using, what settings you're using. I know almost all that without even knowing what's on the camera. So I've definitely have tried to find people that's like me and even teach someone to be like me, and it is hard. And
How is hard? It's 8 million people in the world.
It is, but it's like, but the thing is like, one out of the 8 million people, I gotta cut that in half. Now, who all has cameras? Cut that in half. Who knows really about
so
cameras?
You're looking for a diamond in the rough.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get. I feel like I'm trying to let you finish. I don't want to cut you off. You're saying it's hard. You're saying you've tried. I didn't hear you say you stop trying, that you're not going to try again. Or I'm trying to get to the conclusion.
You know, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's still the goal, but it's like I'm not really searching for it as much because I know if something's going to get done, I'm going to do it better than anybody else as far as myself. Like, as far as like coming in with me.
Okay, all right. So what I'm really trying to get down to the bottom of is like, because you mentioned earlier, I shouldn't have outsourced my work that my clients are expecting to be edited on my level to anybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, I'm gonna vet these people the same way you vetted that protege of yours, right? Like, of course, I'm gonna see what they shot before to see if I want to like if they've impressed me enough that I think they have the capability to deliver for my clients, to see if they have the capability to deliver the quality that I need for my clients, right? So not only that,
quick though, I wouldn't call them clients because clients is paid work. So if they ain't pay you, they're not your client. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
That's how you look at it? Okay.
Because you can't, like, think about it. If you tell someone right now, hey, this is my client, I got all this work for them, the first thing they're going to look at is like, how much do they pay you? That's a lot of work.
Well,
that's your client,
here's
right?
Here's the thing.
I mean, if you look at the dictionary,
there's different forms
client,
of payment. There's different forms of payment.
Okay.
There's different forms of payment. That's what you're ignoring.
You're
focused on the dollar amount, right? But you're not even focused on the opportunity.
But the opportunity was, you got to think about it. The opportunity is granted to you, and now you're also, weren't paid for the dollar for it. So now you're kind of hoping on an opportunity. You're paid with hope.
No, that's a perception. That's an assumption.
I
mean, don't know the opportunity. You don't know what that client is worth to me. You're not understanding.
I mean, a lot of people are worth something to you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but it's like,
and it's going to translate into dollars.
How do you know that?
It already happened.
So hold on. So you're telling me that you did work for these clients, you had some people edit them, and you paid out the team. That's what happened, right? Because it already happened, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
So you have individuals that you can call and said, yeah, we edited stuff for you and we were paid by this client.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. When I have a client and I hire help, right? The business between me and my client, that's business between me and my client. Like the transaction, the actual dollar amount that I'm getting paid, whether it's $1 or $1 million, that's between, I literally negotiated the transaction. That's how, the Joe Budden podcast, just to reference a popular situation that everybody's familiar with, like the people that weren't sitting in the negotiation rooms from day one, like they started asking to see the books or whatever. Like you hire a team to help you.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at the team. If we're partners, got to see the books. Give a fuck. But if you look at me as an employee, then that's different. But I ain't no one's employee, so I need to see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's so don't.
You do got to understand how working on something is going to get you paid. You do got to understand how working on something is going to get you paid.
But the thing is, like I've said, if I've done stuff like that before and it hasn't followed through, how you expect?
You seeing that has a red flag, but you really have no clue of the negotiations that went on.
mean,
so here's the thing.
because
Here's the
you're
thing.
not- I mean,
you got the client. You got the client over here, right? You got the client over here. I negotiated the situation, right?
Which
Whether I
was?
got paid or not, I know. I
Well,
know
but that's
what
the
that
same.
is.
As far as that though, as far as the part how this is supposed to go, whatever was negotiated needs to be told it fully. If this is
I
gonna
did
work,
say it up front. I did say it up front, but the way I put it to motivate the
it was
team.
kind of it was
No,
more
no,
motivation.
I'll tell you the way I
Yeah,
put
it
it.
was more
I put
soft.
I put it in the way where
It was
if
soft.
we deliver,
We're gonna get paid.
we're gonna get paid. But what situation? Because I offer my clients guarantees. I literally said it on the last paragraph. If you don't have a
hold on.
service that you can guarantee,
Hold on.
then
You
you're
guarantee.
gonna
What did you guarantee your clients? When was
consistency.
okay? And have you delivered?
If my team doesn't perform,
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked.
I
That's
can't
not what I
deliver.
asked. Have you delivered?
yeah, I delivered.
You
I
delivered.
delivered by myself.
Okay.
100%.
So why haven't they give you the bag yet?
I've gotten the bag from these clients. They put me in rooms to give me the biggest checks of my life. Rooms that I wouldn't have been able to get into.
So us editing or doing whatever this is going to get us into those same rooms.
Yeah. Literally, it'll get you on. It'll
And,
get you
and
on.
you have done this before.
Yes.
So you can
So
call
I'm speaking
someone
from experience.
Okay,
It's
that's what I'm saying. So
literally
so then where's that team at then? If that team worked, where are they at?
the same thing that happened with your protege. It's the same thing. They didn't get the vision. You know what I mean? It was something. It was a disconnect there where
Because
they won-
but the reason
they-
why did they feel disconnected because they feel like they were working for you and not with you?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. Right? You just asked me, did they feel like they were working for me or with me? Right? With everybody, I go over the mutual goals. I say, hey, this is a team effort. We put the same amount of energy in for the same common goal. We gonna get paid. I have the blueprint. I got the idea. I got the business plan. It's all laid out. We got to put in some work up front. The bag is not gonna come right away because you can be chasing pennies, skipping over dollars, right? At the end of the day, I know how it works because of my own experience. I've literally put in the years. I've done work for a client for free for years. Put me in a room with somebody who makes over $100 million. I got my biggest check. You gonna tell me that didn't pay off? That didn't work. That you ain't gonna tell me that didn't work out? You didn't tell me that wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
and
but
then
hold on,
that puts me in a position.
But hold on, my thing is
to pay
how
my
many
team.
your team, okay, and how much did you pay your team?
I've tried to build a team probably twice. Or I wouldn't even say team, even just build individuals. I've tried to build individuals, right? And then this year is like, let me try it again. I tried it last year and I tried it again
but this year, you're not building an individual because I'm already built. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can't, like what's
I mean, if you're saying you're already built, you got to define that.
as far like and what I mean, you too. Like what do you mean built as well too?
Build
Because
individuals that don't give a fuck about money in the sense that they're not stressed. They're not worried about where their next dollar is coming from. I'm trying to get them to the bag, the real bag, in the way that I got it, which required a sacrifice of doing some shit for free in the front and getting paid on the back end. And it's not doing shit for free. It's literally bartering, developing a relationship, nurturing that relationship, and I know there's a bag on the back end. So if I got a client, right, that I've negotiated the terms of our agreement, and I know for a fact they're gonna give me to the
right?
bag.
Okay, hold on. You
right?
have that.
I'm
okay, hold
gonna
on.
build a team
So
and say, hey, I got hella clients.
You have a client. Look, you have a
that
client.
helped me get a bag.
Okay, hold on.
Right?
Now I'm gonna flip it for you.
All right.
I'm gonna show you where I see it now, how I can see it. You got a client, did all this free work for you, and then didn't do shit for you. How you gonna feel? What you gonna do? What are you gonna tell your
I don't
team?
feel no type of way.
Okay, but you wasted all that time.
No,
so you're not,
whoa. How is it a waste of time? Because
Okay.
now I have a bunch of work that got done. I delivered. I'm a man of my word. So if my team keeps my word, I can keep my word regardless
Hold
if
on,
I get paid or not. But here's the thing. I'm always pay my team. That part of the business, it's like a two-sided thing. I'm going to always take care of my team
You said
every single
regardless,
time.
as long as the project done, you're going to
As long as the project's done. And here's the thing. I'm going to use that work, get some more clients with that footage. With that, with the, whatever I delivered, I say, hey, here's what I delivered for X, Y, Z, these people. Whether those transactions went sour or not, I got the end result because I kept my word and I delivered for every single client. So you're worried about a client leaving me hanging, which has happened in the past, right? I wouldn't put my team in a situation to even worry about it. To even worry that they're gonna do something and they're not going to get fair compensation for it in the form of literal cash dollars or value from me, and that equals whatever that value is, period. My team should not have to worry, right, about where the next dollar is coming from. I'm trying to get them to the point where they know if they follow my lead, they follow my business plan, there's a big bag at the end of the rainbow. There's a big bag there's a jackpot. I got it planned out because this is how it's worked out for me time and time again. I get in the rooms with some really rich people, right? I find out how can I offer this person a lot of value, right? Like money ain't shit to them. They could hire anybody. Why should they want to hire me? Right? Why should they want to hire me?
Because you're good at
no,
what
no, no, no,
you
no.
do.
Here's the thing. They have an unlimited source of funds. They can hire anybody.
Of course.
Right? So I got to show them, okay, not only am I good, I can deliver. So what I do is I like to show them better than I can tell them.
And
right? Whether
we
so
talk about
here's
this,
the
hold on,
thing.
we talk about the same thing though, because like I said, like with Grey Goose, they could have picked anybody. They $1 million company.
They cut the check up front. Up front. They gave you a deposit and then you showed up, right?
But they wanted me though. It don't matter. We want you.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes, I'm gonna make sure you're there. You need money here.
Yeah, that was based off of the strength that you
Because-
were a referral. They seen some other work.
Okay, but that's the thing.
It was
Same
like
thing,
a
but same thing.
relationship
But
based
same
thing.
thing. What you just said. I got this work. I deliver. They want you. You got to pay me.
Yeah, that depends. Yeah, it depends on the introduction, of course, but not every situation is pay me up front and then I'm gonna do the work, because I can guarantee you're gonna miss out on bigger bags, right? If you're paranoid about getting cheated because you must have gotten cheated before, or the type of clientele you've dealt with is like you didn't put in your free hours already. You're at 10,000 hours now. It's like, nah, you got to cut the check. I ain't wasting my time on certain things. It's a matter of identifying opportunities and choosing to walk through the doors depending on the situation. It's a case-by-case situation, right? It's a case-by-case situation where, like, at the end of the day, money, whatever money, like if I would have told some of these people, hey, it's going to be $1,500, they'd be like, oh, really? Do you know what I can do for you that would net you $20,000? You want 15 now? I'll pay you 15. It's almost the same. It's literally I compare it to like dating. If a female, I could change somebody's life. One, if I liked you, first thing, I don't want to hang around nobody with no bad credit that's not trying to fix it. Imagine if I liked you, I'm fixing your credit. We're going to set up an LLC. We're going to get you a bag just because off of that. If you got the wrong approach, if you don't see the value I can bring to your life, and you're stuck at some dead end job or whatever, if you don't recognize who you're dealing with, and then you start asking me for like all that fancy, you want to get wine and dine, fancy, like expensive ass dinner restaurants up front. That's what you was expecting. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. There's a time and a place, right? There's a time and a place and a way to get to know each other and develop a relationship to find out if there's a mutual interest, right? Things can start off in the friend zone. It don't matter. But if you expecting all that hypothetical shit, all that superficial shit you see on the gram up front, You know how I can change your life? What you want, $400 steaks? Let's do it. And then let's get on with it. Cool. Like, don't waste my time. Like, I could pay for pussy. That's nothing. So it's the same shit. It's the same shit in business. If I could pay for it, what are you bringing to the table? You know what I mean? Like, you got to have something more than that. It's got to be like, at the end, it's got to be some sort of mutual exchange that's bigger than money, bigger than whatever dollar amount that you're getting out of the situation. That it just has something to do with being blind to what a real opportunity is and how to navigate it. It's almost like a finesse. Like, here, I'm gonna do this, because this person says he can do this for me. I ain't worried about him not keeping his word.
Well, it's not a finesse. It's a hope.
Hope for what?
That you deliver.
And that's you would only be concerned if somebody didn't deliver if they were showing you, if they didn't lay everything out.
I mean, you could lay it all out.
If they weren't transparent in the beginning.
My thing is, someone could lay it all out and show me a fucking $1 million on a table. If that $1 million not my bank account, it's a hope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, hope. You're saying hope, like hope that they take care of you in the end. That's why I said earlier, you got cheated. You got cheated earlier. So hope that you're not wasting your time. It's a risk for you to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time and get burned by a client. That's part of taking risk or not taking risk. I take some uncomfortable risks to get where I'm at. I can't explain that to somebody else. I can't tell you, hey, I just paid buddy so-and-so and did XYZ for him, and I know it's going to pay off. I had no choice but to believe that it was going to pay off. There's situations in life that you're going to be in those situations, and you're going to miss out on a lot of bags if you're just like, no, I know my price. I'm not doing anything outside of one business model. That's one business plan, right? It's not the most scalable. I can express to you ways that I've made money that it did not start off with getting paid up front. Year after year after year.
But you didn't have to worry about that.
What do you mean I didn't have to worry about that?
Because you have business funding. You don't
No. I'm talking before I even knew what credit was.
Okay, but that like
before I even my biggest checks, before credit, I barely had credit. See, that's the assumption. You're making that it was always this way. I'm saying year after year after year for the last 10 years, what I did in the beginning, right? My big homie, right? I was just shooting. I charged him the very first day. I charged him for a little event he was doing, right? I was like, okay. He's like, cool, man. Like, and then he put me in touch with Puma. He put me in touch with some really rich people, right? So the very first day, I charged him. He talked to me. He's like, hey, this can go two different ways. People don't get to me. I'm like a ghost. I'm mythical. I got so many powerful connections, and I seen it with my own eyes, the type of connection he was. I was like, yeah, I heard about it. But here's the thing.
You keep on saying all these stories, and it's like, there's dime of a dozen stories.
No. This is consistent in my life. This is consistent.
You, dime of a dozen. You're the dime, my guy.
So I'm not understanding.
You like you just said, oh, I'm a ghost. Motherfuckers can't get to me. You the dime. You the dime out of the dozen. You was able to get to him. I can't call him and get to him right now. Talonda can't call his ass and get to him right now.
If I develop these relationships with all these ghosts, and okay, cool, I'm the guy you get to talk to the ghost. If I'm building a team, I'm gonna put that team in the same room has these people that's hard to get to. Does that make sense?
I mean, it does. Yes and no, it does, but it hasn't happened yet. So it's like
it hasn't happened yet. We just getting started.
I mean, shit, when people mess with me, I'm just saying, like, when I tell someone something's gonna get done, it's gonna get done. Like, I told someone that was gonna be on set with Polo G, they was on set with Polo G. Like, I don't play when I say shit's gonna happen, and I tell them when it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, because that's how I come. So it's like, again, you could say everything. Everything is a facade until it happens.
I agree with that.
Everything.
I agree with that.
And it's like.
And it sounds like just both of you all's mindset. You're thinking like he said, you're the company, you are the business. So that's why you need a payment up front because you're doing everything versus he's thinking like he have a team that's doing this and I'm going to make sure everybody get paid. That sounds like the difference between the two. He's doing everything himself. So he's like, money first.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
it's like I understand why you're money first. It's like it's down to
I got bills I need to pay. I got a
Yes.
house. I
Yeah.
got cars. I got
yeah,
cards. Business
Yeah.
cards need to be paid. I got a
Yeah.
life.
and it's just like we have the same problems.
Yeah, we do and don't at the same
No,
time.
no, 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 no. We have the same exact problems because if we were to
Okay,
put
yeah,
both
yeah.
of our bills on the screen, you're gonna see. You're gonna
Money, I
see.
see dollars. We'll see the
No,
same
no,
shit.
no. We're gonna see like you're gonna see. Let's say just hypothetically, if all your bills, this is 1,000,000% hypothetically. I don't even want to bring numbers into it, right? But if all your bills was 5,000, right, and you got to bring all the clients coming in, you gotta charge first. You're working. You are the business. You're overwhelmed. You're overworked. There's never enough hours in a day, and you're doing everything you can. Burnout is a real thing if you want to admit it or not. But you haven't reached that point of burnout like I have yet. That's why you're on grind mode. You're on grind mode. I've been in that position before. Didn't like it. What I've learned from that situation, cool. Your bills are only going to get more and 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 more. They're just going to increase. The amount of workload you're dealing with, it could stay the same or it can increase. And things can slow down. But one thing is that for a fact, your bills are going to increase. So I feel like people's perception, if you make the wrong assumption that I don't have to worry about bills because I have business funding. Yeah, I literally told you I made a decision not to stress about it. I made a decision not to worry about it, but it's still concerning. It's like, damn, I always got a problem solve. I got to figure out new solutions because I realized there's a whole burnout over here. Me being the business and not the business owner, that's not going to work out. I need to build a team. I have no choice but to build a team because of the situation. My bills aren't shrinking. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So I would never compare bills with somebody. That would be hilarious. We'd be laughing for days if we literally posted both of our bills on the screen because like the more a person appears to have, whether it's material items or lifestyle, it's like the more bills he obviously has. So, okay, that's the wide angle. We still good. Oh, I can swap out the battery. We can take a little break. But at the end of the day, it's like if bills are frustrating at 5, they're still going to be frustrating at 20. We build a team. If I lay out a business plan, a blueprint that we can follow so that nobody's actually stressed or worried about bills, that's the blueprint we should follow. It might not make sense.
Okay,
It might not
so
make sense up front.
what-
It might not seem like it's paying up front, but it's a long-term play.
So what?
We both being honest and transparent. So
what's the
it's a
first action to the
conversation.
blueprint, or what's like, what would
Like what
give
is
him
the
confidence
blue, what,
in
yeah,
your
you know what I'm saying?
word?
What is the blueprint outside of doing work you already done shot that you should have been done?
The blueprint is delivered for these people.
Okay, did you not hear my question?
You said what is the
What's the blueprint
besides
outside of all this work that you did not get done?
outside of that?
Yes.
Okay. Outside of
Because
that.
all I'm telling you from what I see is, like I said, I'm only going to see it one way. It's a facade until it changes.
Okay.
Do your work until it changes.
Okay. So what I'll say is this, the blueprint, because I obviously have to deliver something in the meantime to feed everybody, to keep everybody not working entirely for free or something, right? Is that what you're saying? Like, what's in it for me right now up front? That's what I'm interpreting, right? Because I laid out one business plan, but you're saying besides that business plan you laid out that worked for you, it works for you, but...
No, because I'm telling you, it doesn't work for you. I'm saying how it looks like looks like we're doing your work that you didn't get done that you could have done yourself.
I'm telling you for
But
a
it's
fact.
not-
Wait. I'm telling you for a fact. I know me. You could probably get it all done yourself. Hit the screen again. You could probably get it all done yourself. I literally couldn't. I
Why?
admitted that to you
Why?
on day one.
But why?
I was overwhelmed. I was overworked. There's not enough hours in a day. It was literally impossible. There's only enough hours in a day. Even if I sat up all night, my laptop can only edit so fast. My software can only go so fast. The loading times, the research, the mental bandwidth. Trying to scale a business, having multiple businesses, 5 different sets of to-do lists with no assistance. So I'm literally growing, right? I try and build a team. It fails, cool. But damn, out of group. But now I got more work to do. I got to double check their work. You haven't got to a point. You haven't got to a point of burnout. That's the God honest truth. You haven't got to a point. You still got what is called stamina or testosterone, or just you're young. You're almost at your peak, in a sense of literal, like you're on your grind. Nothing can really stop you right now. At the end, I've reached that point. So you're saying, why haven't you got it done? That was your fault. That's your responsibility. I'm not.
Like I said, I feel like that if you reach that point, that's a mental point. That's you.
No, it's not mental. It's also physical. You're saying it's my problem to deal with?
I'm saying, you say you reached that point, but
I've hit a ceiling of everything I could do on my own.
I don't know. I feel like there is no ceiling of everything you can do on your own.
And that's why I love making sure conversations like these are recorded. We gonna look at the comment section. You know what I mean? And it's not in a sense that people are gonna judge us, but we're gonna have people giving their 2 cents on what's realistic and what's not. You know, like I can say what works for me, and I can make certain guarantees of what I could help people with. But if they don't see the vision, because you're saying what it looks like, you just said out loud, like what it looks like.
Because it's all speaking. You want me to believe on someone's words, even though word is bond, but it's like it can only go so far, especially when you've been through so much.
Yeah.
So it's like it's either
But here's the thing: I never wanted you to believe my clients' words. Nothing about my clients. I wanted you to believe me and the vision.
But my thing is, you can't exclude that because technically your clients is the vision.
No, that's not. I got a bigger picture than that.
Oh, okay. Edit for them and then shop it somewhere else.
No. Literally.
What is it?
The bigger vision.
What is it?
I told you guys, and this is recorded too. I did tell you guys, got a VIP list. We delivering for them. Cool. They start paying whatever I tell them to pay. Other than that, I'm still on the fuck these clients. I don't VIP or not. I want to focus on building us up. So the only thing that we got to do on a daily basis is pick what car we want to drive, go for a joyride, enjoy our day, enjoy life, live, breathe fresh air, and we got editors under us. Get us to a point where we got so much business funding, we got income coming in from the ebooks, the mentorship. We're building our own thing, right? We're building our own thing, but we gotta set what the standard is before we even outsource anything, right? So the grand vision, I said it from the beginning, get us all 6 figures in business funding. That shit not happening overnight. So when you're saying, well, what's happening in the meantime? It's like, well, did you send out that letter we printed? You know, if you haven't, why? And is that under my control or that's a 2-way street, right? And outside of that, what else can we do? All right, cool. I realize I'm not perfect. I think I one thing I deeply regret, I may have said it, I'm gonna check the recording, but I may have started that meeting saying off, I'm not perfect. And if I didn't start that meeting off saying I wasn't perfect, I should have spent 20 minutes explaining y'all I'm not perfect. And I'm gonna watch the footage when I get home because I recorded that whole first meeting. I was like, I know I'm not perfect. So when it comes to when it comes to like me following up on y'all to make sure y'all doing what y'all got to do to get the 6 figures in business funding to set y'all free, it's like I'm not perfect in that aspect. It's hard for me to follow up on every single body. So I came to the conclusion I'm gonna have weekly calls. Whoever shows up, man, they're gonna have to. This is a sacrifice they're gonna have to make. They have to show up on certain days. That was one of the reasons I said, hey, are these 2 days good for us? Because if we don't show up on certain days, that's a two-way street. That's a two-way street. I can't recall one day where it's like we're not even gonna point fingers. It's just like at the end of the day, we gotta show up. If we say, hey, these 2 days I can show up, at least budget out 90 days. At least budget a 90-day. Hey, if nothing happens in 90 days, you have me working for you, doing all that. You got to have a certain amount of trust because it is a risk. Because at the end of the day, there's no situation where you're not taking a risk. I can promise you that this is a risk. My business plan is a risk. I can give you my word, which makes it not risky because of the type of person that I am. So it would take trust and developing that relationship and then paying attention. Just paying attention to my actions, paying attention to how I operate, how I move, and then see how it goes. But at least have a timeline. But it can't be credit don't get fixed in 1 month. You can't get you can get funding in 1 month, but I gotta really get on this podcast and break down stuff that a lot of people have this assumption about how business funding works. And there's a lot of ads out there saying, hey, in like 7 days, we can get you $250,000. Man, let's say we apply for everything in 1 day. Like, these bankers might decide, hey, we want to take 3 weeks to send you the closing documents for that line of credit. Or because we're not just applying online and you get a quick instant decision, or you get a denial, or you get a pending status, 7 to 10 business days will let you know. I could tell you almost every client is really consulting and coaching for every business funding client. It's literally a marathon. Nothing about this is a sprint. Every single client, I got clients since November been trying to get funding. They literally had over a 750 credit score since November. And then something will come up. Oh, I got to get this inquiry because I got a home emergency. It's always these little, I'm trying to max out that. I tried to pay down that utilization, blah, 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 blah. It's always something where, like, I'm never going to sell a dream. It's a more, you got to understand how it works, but it's going to take time. You know what I mean? So I would say with this situation, we only a few weeks in, minus the days that we didn't even show up. For the days that we both promised each other that we showing up on those days, no matter what. We both get, you know what I mean? Like, so.
It's been about a month.
It's been about a month? Damn, it seems like we got a lot done in that month. As far as like posting 3 podcasts, because that's supposed to be a weekly thing. Like, I had to edit that joint myself, render out the joints. Like, I still haven't, you know what I mean? For as many of us was in the room, edit it and then watch it back, look for flaws, re-render it, crop out the sound bites and the reels. You know what I mean? I hate saying you know what I mean so many fucking times, but stuff I need a second brain for that we can collaborate more often.
CBO.
I think all the cameras are dying out.
All of them?
That one over there just. No, the camera that's on me is out.
Oh shit! I need the big
one. What was your question, Talanda? My bad.
What would be your time frame on everything?
As far as what?
Just creating a team and getting your business funding and seeing the results that you want to see realistically for you.
I guess what you want to say. What is my time frame?
Yeah, because I mean, we know that it's not a and your time here.
Realistically, probably till I go on my cruise. September 17th is when I am gonna see if this is really something or not. So that's what, 2 months about?
Yeah, about 2 months.
So
So I say part of all of this would be, I say, oh snap, that was loud. So part of it is being fully transparent. A lot of it is understanding each other's timelines, because when things are moving along slow, I understand things are an emergency, you know, for everybody with everybody's individual situation. I got one of my clients right now, been trying to get him funded since December. He did what he had to do. He listened. But like I said, certain things outside of my control. So I did come up with a solution, like I said, weekly calls that's dedicated to the business funding. Weekly calls that's dedicated to actually. Do you recall me suggesting that earlier weeks ago, or the first meeting? Talonda, do you recall, or we just had that conversation?
I think we had that conversation.
Okay, we had that conversation where it's just like I implied like, okay, cool. We got days during the week that we're doing content. On the weekend, you know, we get some lifestyle content, we live a little bit, but there has to be a day where it's like literal, like answering any questions you got in relates to finance, funding, getting out to the bag, where it's like your undivided attention.
I do want to say something real quick, kind of like outside of that. As far as the getting content stuff, if we're gonna get content, it needs to be we, not you.
Did I say you? Or wait, did I say I or we? What did I just say?
No, it doesn't matter what you said. It's how it looked. Because when we were getting content that day, it looked like we were just getting content of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not how it's supposed to be. That it's supposed to be all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to put that out there in the air. When there's days we're getting content, we all need to look fire, not just you. Because I'm not gonna sit, if it's content for us and it's building for us, I'm not gonna sit here make you look like Batman Couple and I'm the cameraman in the back. No, you feel me? We all Batman Couple at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's ultimately what that was a vision I laid out. Hold on. So ultimately, that was the vision that I laid out, where delete kings. It's like we equals. Like that day, wanted to shoot. That day, you can probably. We don't have
that day. How many pictures did I get? Zero.
Okay.
But
And I took photos of her.
Uh-huh.
Leo was taking photos of me, and he sucked, and then we couldn't get the right angle.
But then I'm over here doing the drone shots for you to make, you know what I'm saying, make that shit look good.
And I caught that vibe, but when we go back to, let's say we go back to the spreadsheet, right, and what I wrote down, the honest to God truth, my vision was you're the best with the camera, period. Not to have you be, to have you be the dedicated cameraman, but we both gotta trade turns, filming each other, getting the content, right? The vision that I had for that day was I'm gonna interview Talonda and get the reaction video, right? We got content with your reaction. Wait, we got content with your reaction. But, I mean, that's its own separate vlog. So we got your reaction to the vet. We got your reaction. That's one vlog, okay. And then the next vlog that was
I understand what you're saying, but you ain't tell me that. Oh, we're gonna do this to get this reaction of that. There was no plan. It made it seem like I was just making all this shit for you. You feel me?
It's what it seemed like, but
so it needs to be said. Hey, the content we're getting today is Talonda's reaction to the Corvette. Not, we're finna get some content today. That means we all finna look good. But Ty over there looking good.
Communication is.
So it's like, whatever content we're getting, it needs to be know what exactly content is getting, because because it needs to be known. Because then again, like I said, if I'd have brought somebody just to the naked eye, they'd have been like, "Oh, you just sitting here filming, bro? You just doing?"
So yeah, that's. I'm glad you addressed that because I had that situation happen to me in the past when I literally flew somebody down to film me, and then they threw a fit. They was like, "Bro, I ain't no cameraman. I literally flew you down because I can't film myself." It was the weirdest shit ever.
Well, I mean, you told him that, right?
I literally bought a ticket for him, flew him down,
and
I told him exactly what the game plan was.
You're just gonna be filming me. I need me filmed.
I need me filmed.
Okay, then that's on him because you communicated with him. You communicated, said, "Hey, I need me film," and he felt some type of way.
I'm gonna show you some footage though. I am gonna show you some footage though. When you were on the way, I was like, I like that. How that day went, I called Leo. I was like, hey, I'm about to get some new tires, and it's probably the last opportunity I get to do some burnouts in this car. I'm filming a video, no matter what. It's hot as fuck outside. You pulling up? Okay, cool. Oh, man, Talana, she got this open house, whatever. She's an hour away. I went to the store. Let me grab another camera really quick while she come. I think CVO says he's free around 6. Either way, I got to get this shit done. You said you pulling up. Oh, thank God, because I ain't trying to have the drone just stay in one place. In my head, you want to go back to, it goes back to me saying I'm not perfect. Like in my head, right? I kind of laid it out like, I said, what up, bro? Hey, I'm shooting content today. It's like we're supposed to be shooting the podcast. Whatever you're supposed to do inside, be indoors. That day, I was like, hey, I had this last opportunity. I need to shoot content on my car. I need help. Could you hold the camera? In my head, I did lay it out, but Like I can't shoot all this stuff myself. I was going to, but I did need help. In that situation, I did need help to shoot a fly-ass video from the person that I trust the most to hold the camera. He's gonna get all the right angles with all the right enthusiasm, and you're not gonna miss an angle. You just, even without me putting the correct settings on the drone, I threw the drone controller in your hand, right? Just knowing, I just assumed, I knew, man, he gonna figure it out. It's not an easy situation. It seems like I'm rushing things because I explained earlier. I feel like the cops are on the way. Just because I was parked in front of the water, the cops are on the way, and I'm blocking, or somebody just ran. I'm just like, I don't have enough time. Somebody's gonna say they have to go soon. I just know what she had to get out. She had to dip. Didn't you have to go? I already knew that was gonna happen. I got a phone call that interrupted me. That phone call I shouldn't have picked up. Fucked up everything. That phone call was that turned into a 2-hour conversation. I knew time was so limited. That's why I felt like I was rushing, because I have that experience already. I know the sun is going down. I'm gonna get as many shots as I can. On top of that, my delusional ass thought I was gonna make it to Firestone on time to drop the car off overnight. I'm always I'm always overestimating what I can accomplish in one day. So in my head, I had so much going on that day. I wanted to get everybody's reaction. I got yours. I filmed that, documented that, got footage. Boom. Now it's Talana's turn. I'm gonna get her reaction. Cool. So it can't be a situation where I'm the only person shining. I don't want to appear that way. It will be situations where we got the camera on each other. We both need our cameras out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you got that footage of when they was doing photo shoots of her, in the car, boom, snap. And I was upset. I was ready to give up. I was my camera wasn't even recording. I was literally mentally dealing with that on top of everything. I was like, fuck, we got to redo that. I'm brainstorming. I'm directing now. You done pulled up. You're like, I ain't got time to pout. You pulled up. Let's get this done already. You know what I'm saying? So battery dying. I'm trying to think. It's a lot going on in my head. So for me to explicitly say, "Hey, make me look like Bam Man right now," to me, it's like what's understood ain't got to be explained. Sometimes it's like we got to make each other look fly, and we got to take turns. You know what I mean? I don't want to be out here looking like food or like I'm the only person winning. That's why I was like, we all got to get to the business funding as soon as possible, because I know what it's going to look like. I know what it's going to look like or what people are going to assume because I like, not only, it was more than one people I flew down to Miami. The other person had the audacity to ask me, how much do I make? He had, how much do you have? Bitch, what the fuck is going on right now? You literally we agreed to a price. I flew you down here. It's your first time on a fucking plane, first time in Miami, first time in a fucking Uber. And I put you in first time in a fucking Cullinan, putting you in a room with fucking millionaires, and you're pocket watching me, and you're regretting that you accepted a certain price point. Bitch, there's more than where that came from. There's a lot more of where this comes from. This is a regular. I'm in the room with people like this all the time. Don't try and steal my client. So how much is the client paying? What the fuck that got to do with you doing what you agreed to do? Like doing what you agreed to do. Like, are you gonna cut me out and go directly to the client?
Well,
do you know how I found a client?
That comes from not everyone's meant to be a boss.
Yeah, but I think questions like that, how much do you make, or how, I don't think
niggas be
like,
pocket watching, but they don't know. They don't even know how the money's moving around.
But I mean, things you have to think about it. IRS does that shit, but not. But my thing is this though. When you told them, hey, we're gonna be in Cullinans, we're gonna be in all this, you're gonna be around millionaires. Was that said?
Yeah, I literally said, we are going down to Miami, and I'm going to be driving a Lamborghini in the busiest, most popular, famous highway in Miami, and I need you to film that shit and make me look like I'm the GOAT. Niggas knew the game. Niggas landed. I laid out the whole game plan.
Well, did you also tell them things that they weren't going to do? Like, hey, you're not going to drive this. You're not going to be able to do this.
Yeah. They knew exactly what they was there for. I said, you were going to sit in you were going to before I booked this flight, hey, you can film from a moving car, right? They confirmed everything. So I didn't even think I was going to bring up this situation, but it's a beautiful thing that it came up so I can get it off my chest. Situations like that got me thinking, am I crazy? I literally lost my mind. And this happened multiple times where it's like, in my head, I let people know what I'm up to up front. We're getting content. I just need the enthusiasm to be there. It's like, it doesn't have to be me shining. Like, I mean, that's again, not the ultimate goal.
Think about it. Real shit. You bring in a camera. Even for me right now, if I brought, some random cameraman, or I hit him, I was like, hey, we need to do this, that. I'm gonna tell you right now, if we would have did exactly what you did, I'd have went to, like, I was in Cali. I got shit on my Instagram right now, Lambos, Urises, all that. If I would have went to Cali and told someone, hey, you finna be filming me looking hella good in Lambos, this and that, the third, I'm pretty sure in their head they're like, man,
I want some pictures too.
You know what I'm saying? I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lifestyle that they, it's a brand new lifestyle. They don't know what the hell's going on. They're new to this shit. And it's like, oh, well, if you could get this Lambo, you can get this Cullinan. This Cullinan costs this much. This Lambo costs this much. That means you could pay a little bit more for my services, because when people see these nice things and see things like this, they do pocket watch. They're like, man, they want some of that because they ain't never touched that. So
you're like, I'm right here, but
exactly, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with them, I'm pretty sure there are definitely times where it's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't get that. But I want that. So I need to do whatever it needs to so I can get there, or whatever it is, and the third.
See, I don't think that's fair, because it's like that comes down to like the pocket watching situation where it's like you don't know what's really going on. I could put you in a room with millionaires, Cullinans, and Lamborghinis. If you jump to the conclusion that all this shit is just easy, that you don't understand the investment that it took to even get in this room, you don't know all the behind the scenes. You don't know what it really took, right? But people jump to conclusions. But
that's why they pocket watch, because they don't know and they want to know.
Yeah, but that takes time. That takes time. That comes from being in the room and keep staying involved.
It takes time, but at that point, you got to think about how it looks to them.
I did think about how it looks. Like if I go on a shopping, if I hire somebody to shoot something, I literally tell you, I'm about to go on a shopping spree. I need you to film this. Right? If you agree to the price to film somebody going on a shopping spree, right? And he spends X amount of dollars, right? Let's say he just, I didn't know he was going to spend that much. Oh, what the fuck, man, damn, why the fuck I agreed to that? Yo, are you then going to are you going to renege on your original agreement?
As far as me, no. If we agree on a price, we shake on a price. If that price
that's
is $500,
the principle of it.
Yeah.
It ends at that, right?
But I know that, but that's as an individual, not many motherfuckers are like that.
Okay, so all I'm saying is I found this out the hard way, to the point where it's like motherfuckers is pocket watching so hard they had the audacity to ask me what was in my bank account, which was an impressive amount. It would have shut his ass up. But it's like, what is the point we're getting to? Yeah, you obviously want to get paid first, but this is an audition, motherfucker. This is an audition. Like, if you want to be in the rooms more often, like that, I'm obviously connected, but it's like you're trying to just skip all the building of relationship and develop that trust, like. Because at the end of the day, how do I know this person's just not trying to steal all my clients or just go around me or
because they can't, because they're not you.
No, they'll try though, and they'll make me look stupid. Like, hey, your boy acting a fool, right? Or, oh man, your boy who was part of your team, I trusted him with some work, but he failed. He didn't deliver. What's up? And it looks bad on my name. If I'm connecting you to an elite, the ghost, like. Are you going to wait your turn? Mm-hmm. Like I had to wait? Are you willing to shoot for them for free? Or are you going to ask them for a deposit up front? Well, how are you going to handle the transaction the same way I did? They don't know what's going on. They have no fucking clue. That's all I'm saying is like, end of the day, it's like, you be patient and wait your turn. Like things will play out how they need to play out. I just need a little bit of people to. I just need a little bit of trust in the sense like I wouldn't ask nobody to like just blindly trust me, but let's pace the shit. Let's make sure that we both
absolutely. And that comes with questions though from people. Like you see people on the internet all the time saying, "Oh, I made this much this year off this deal." Like I feel like that you have to be confident in expressing how much you make a year or how much you made on a deal, because those people around you do want to know that. Like when you see gurus on the internet all the time, that's how they get people, coming to them, because they're expressing how much they've made in the year.
That is true. That is true. A lot of people make money off of just showing that they appear to have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So, if you hire somebody,
how you say appear, I mean, excluding them, how are you gonna show us?
How am I gonna show you?
You feel me? Like how they're showing us, like, oh, I made this and you can too.
That's literally the shit that takes time. Like when I say, hey, stop everything we're doing, let's get these inquiries off, we're going to get to the back. That was me showing y'all like, nah, this is how it's going to get done. This is step number one. Like, I want to see a flawless report. If it's not flawless, you're not ready. It's part of, like any sort of training, like practice. This is practice. We practicing right now. We're not at the championship just yet, but I can promise you, based on my experience, based on every conversation that I had with every one of these bankers, is what they want to see. literally got a denial. It's still gonna get overturned, but we got a temporary denial because of 6 increase. What the hell? Like, it's literally that petty. These bankers are petty, so I'm gonna be petty. I'm like, yo, we gonna start off the increase, or we gonna start any negative accounts. We gonna do X, Y, Z. If you don't want my team to take over it, then if you want to do the grunt work, cool. You can do it too, but I'd rather just have my team take care of it and then hold me accountable if you don't see a change in 90 days, if you don't see any improvement in 90 days. But it's still going. It's a marathon, bro. So at the end of the day, it's like, how am I gonna show? I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna take the step to making sure there's dedicated calls dedicated to just that and nothing else. But I'ma still need things done in a timely manner as well, because once I get that sauce, that intellectual property is gone. It's there. You got it. You ain't pay $1 for it. So it's like, if I'm waiting on a little small clip, a little small video, if you like, if it's taking forever for whatever reason, it's like, all right. So it's like a mirror. It's like, well, whatever I'm helping him out, I already told him it's gonna take time, but like the stuff that I need urgently from him for the fair exchange is like, he's taking his time. That's what it would be perceived.
I think you want me to like think about it like this. You want someone, hey, this is gonna work. It's gonna take time, but I need this right now. It's like, again, you want me to do right now things and hope for something that's gonna work. Based on it, like, it works. Whatever you're saying, it ain't work on my shit. It ain't happened to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's what I said. It's a facade until it happens.
Okay. But I'm telling you, that's all part of it. It's like you got to willing to sacrifice.
I know, but
the trust. You got to jump off the cliff. If you're gonna reserve that trust.
But my thing is, as far as that, if I know there's more that can be done and other stuff that can be done, I expect it to be done, even if it's the littlest fucking thing. Especially if I give you one piece, if I give you 3 pieces. Step 1, I need more steps then. You know what I'm saying? Each piece of content, I need another piece of something type shit. Like
the art of the barter.
The art of the barter. we gonna end it off right there at the end of the day. This was a beautiful conversation at the end of the day. The cameras died on us, whatever. We directing this. The other person that was supposed to show up with his camera and help with this didn't show up. But it's all good. At the end of the day, like y'all to like and subscribe to all that good stuff. You already know where y'all can follow us. I keep repeating it every episode, but links in the description. And I got a lot off my chest on this podcast, being extremely vulnerable. And we had a very transparent conversation about some real life stuff. So moving forward, I really want to document everything. I want to document everything so the world can witness how we grow this thing. I believe in it wholeheartedly. Like I said, I don't have a choice but to build a team. Damn near, I'm hiring. You know what I'm saying? I might put the link to the application in the description, because part of being a boss is sometimes you got to take a loss. Sometimes you got to just keep hiring till you find the right people, or find the right people that's willing to sacrifice or invest with you equally. You know what I mean? It's an equal exchange at the end of the day. So I feel like we got something strong here that is going to work out. Only time will tell, but it's a give and take. It's a give and take, and just a matter of everybody keeping their word on what we say we're going to deliver. So y'all witnessing it. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. CVO Films, Empress Bay 850, The Lee King 850. See y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.